I'm back. I'm back here. Talk about toys again. Hi guys. It's been a little bit since I've unboxed a new toy. Every one of the action figures that I've gotten recently has come much later than everyone else gets them. So I haven't really been ahead of the curve as it's been lately. Or I've just been tired, busy. Let's just do this for fun. But I had something come in the mail from when I get that email saying your big bad toy store order has delivered. That's an exciting thing to opening your inbox there. But I got a nice package today. So Hasbro has been celebrating the 60th anniversary of Avengers. Let me look at the packaging here. It doesn't say. The 60th anniversary of the Avengers with a whole bunch of Avengers themed toy releases, action figure releases. I'll add it to the description here, but I did a review of the fan stream where they announced a lot of these things. One of these is what we're going to be talking about. But they're releasing all these different Avengers themed sets, some solo figures. There was, I believe, a wave, and also a lot of these like 2-packs that have been really cool. But this time we're opening up a kind of a weird Avengers one. When you think an Avengers themed, action figure release, oh, the Thor Destroyer one, that one makes sense. That Black Widow one that's coming out, I'm excited for that one. But what about an Avengers event that might have been a huge thing? Really back in the heyday of my comic book reading. There was a little event story called Secret Invasion that was by Brian Michael Bendis and Leniel Yu. That was the marketing that surrounded this comic book event was kind of unmatched. There was these ad campaigns of like, who do you trust? Who can you trust? And we didn't know who was a scroll and who wasn't a scroll. So this whole mystery surrounding everything in the Marvel universe was a big deal. And Secret Invasion was the culmination of that, with Varanki, the Skrull Queen, kind of making her gambit move, and attacking everyone at their core. So, what better way to celebrate one of the biggest Avengers comic book events than with a 2-pack of the Skrull Queen Varanki and a Super-Skrull? This is right down my alley. Once I saw this was coming out, I had to get it. This is one of my favorite comic book events of all time. I think this is back when comic book events really meant something and it wasn't oversaturated. Things would build up to this crescendo of a moment, and that's what this was. Uh, the reveal that Jessica Drew, Spider Woman, was a Skrull for oof, uh, years, I guess, in comics at that point. And the idea that like, oh, who else can be a Skrull? Hank Pym was a Skrull for a while. It was a big deal. It's kind of what really got me into comic books and really sold me on reading week to week, month to month floppy issues. So I had to get this, and I'm excited. So I have a couple of the army troop builder scrolls. Those are cool. I never got the actual Super-Skrull. I think it's Klurt, KL apostrophe RT Klurt. I could never find the Klurt. But yeah, I haven't found him in stores or Macari at a reasonable price. But maybe one day. So when I knew there was another Super-Skrull I can get, oh, I was into it. And I never got a good Jessica Drew. Yeah, Jessica Drew Spider Woman action figure. There's that new one of her more kind of modern costume that's coming out. But I didn't want to snag that one because I needed the classic look. So this was an excuse for me to get that as well with Varanki. Whether or not I use the Skrull head for that is remains to be seen. But you know what? There's only one thing left to do here, and let's rip this open and see what we got inside. Okay, here they are, the gruesome twosome. I don't think that's canonically true, but here they are, the Skrulls. Here we have this unnamed Super-Skrull, and we have Spider Woman. At least right now, she's Spider Woman. But that actually is the Skrull Queen Varanki. I believe that's how you pronounce it. It's a book. I don't hear it. I just read it. And they have a whole bunch of accessories to come along with it. So that's the thing. So let's break these down here. Let's go check out. Let's check out Jessica Drew, the Spider Woman figure first. So let's get all this stuff out of the way. Here she is. Pretty nice figure. This isn't the newest mold for this character. So we're dealing with the pegs here on the legs. I think this is I want to say Shriek mold. So relatively modern, but not quite, because there are pins. But I still think she looks great. I mean, the good thing about these pins is that it's kind of all one color, so they're not as noticeable. You don't really have the pins in the elbow joints there. She comes with these kind of smaller webbings on her arm area there, but also some big ones if you want her to go flying. So they kind of have like little peg holes for it that stick there. And then she also comes with this scroll face. So this is pretty cool. I don't have it on the figure yet, but it's fine. Comes a couple fists. For all you Marvel Snap fans out there, she even comes with like her Venom sting that you get from that. Was it like a 5/8 card? -1's all their cards. Yeah, so that's really cool. That's a good effect. That it's. I'm glad she came with that extra accessory. Um, do I have the wrong hand on here? No wonder it looked off to me. All right, whatever. She comes with some fists, but there's a lot of yellow gold hands out there that you can adjust. I think I always praise Hasbro for their face sculpts, but there's not much facial work in this one, but I still think it's a really good head. The way the mask kind of cuts off at the cheekbone area, I think that it looks really nice. Let's see if we can get in there. Normally with figures, that kind of detail would be sloppy, and you wouldn't really get those clean lines. But there are some really good clean lines here, and her hair looks great. So I'm really liking this, and just the classic Spider Woman costume is like a classic costume. So I can't hate on this at all. This is a real fun one. Well, let's check out the Super-Skrull. So this Super-Skrull is based off of all the Illuminati members. So if you were reading Bendis's, early 2000s Avengers run, the Illuminati, they were in that, Multiverse of Madness movie too. So you can see he's got an extra arm to represent the Mr. Fantastic there. You got the Iron Man gauntlet and the arc reactor in his chest, the Black Bolt tuning fork in the helmet there, and the Doctor Strange cloak. Um, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think this is when issue 1. It's when the Skrulls first attack in Secret Invasion. We see this guy. I don't think he has a name, but it's not like the named one from the Fantastic Four that we got in that Fantastic Four wave of figures. He's beefy. He's big. Let's put him up next to another more recent one, Ronan the Accuser. So Ronan's still a little bigger, but they still have some heft to them and some weight. So they're going to look good on a shelf compared to all the other Skrulls. I assume this Super-Skrull is a lot similar to the other build a figure one we got in the Fantastic Four wave. The cape looks really good, honestly. The detailing on the collar and like the trim on the cape, it's better than I expected. And he's got like a matte finish to his headpiece there as well, where the rest of him is kind of just that figure shiny plastic. Again, pins. I'm gonna complain about the pins until we stop getting them. But it is what it is. The rest of him is pretty basic. His pants, like there's not much detail there, but that's just the character. I think the Iron Man gauntlet is actually from the Extremis one, which lines up perfectly with the timing of the figure and Secret Invasion. So all in all, a pretty good figure. I especially like how menacing he looks. He just looks a little cranky, like somebody pissed in his Cheerios in the morning, whatever Skrulls eat. I mean, who can you really trust as a Skrull? But yeah, these here they are. That's Spider Woman, Bronchi, and the Super-Skrull. So there we have it. That's Bronchi, Jessica Drew, Spider Woman. It could be 3 people essentially. I guess 2 really. That's her, and then we have this unnamed Illuminati Super-Skrull. All in all, I really like these figures, and I think this is more of this is where a personal preference really comes in here. Secret Invasion is one of my favorite books of all time. So the nostalgia factor for these figures, it's hitting hard. It's getting me right in the real soft bits there. So it's filling a gap in my collection that I didn't even really know I needed, or that a gap that I had. So it's gonna get extra points for that. I can't help it. I do have some gripes with it. I think the fact that we're dealing with what is it, 2023? That's the year, right? And we still have pins in a lot of these figures. We have a new pinless female mold that Spider-Woman doesn't have here. And then Super-Skrull, it's great to have this, what was actually a Build-A-Figure for a wave, as its own standalone figure, but still have pins. Again, it's kind of like there's some pros and cons here. But all in all, I want to give this like again, nostalgia, and everyone hates my reviews, but I got to give it what I can give it. I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 Skrulls. And, who can you trust? Is somebody here? Who are you? So yeah, if you like what I'm doing here, give me some recommendations of some. Maybe do you want me to show you my collection? Do you want me to like build like how to make a I don't know, an X-Men display? What are the best Avengers figures out there for the 60th anniversary? If you like any of those ideas, let me know in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube, subscribe to us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Those are probably like the big 4. Join our Discord where there are people showing off their action figure collections, even comic book collections. There's a lot of cool people on there, and it's a real welcoming environment. So I would definitely check that out as well. So all those links you can see below, along with the subscribe button and the notify bell. So make sure you click those. But until next time, I'm Tyler. This is the Comics Pals, and we'll see you soon.